Hey guys, this is my new program. I'd say worthy of showing off. So this started as a little exercise from chapter 8 of C++ Primer 5th edition, but quickly evolved into something much more complex, with me putting in almost all of my knowledge till date. So what this program does is essentially read a text file with contacts info, names and phone numbers, format them, sort them between good or bad contacts, and then save them in this form, good or bad contacts, on another file on disk. Both files, input and output file, are to be indicated by the user, either as program arguments or are to be typed in the program. Yeah, this doesn't really solve any of world's greatest problems, but for me it was a good exercise, and in the end I'm quite pleased with the result. That being said, let's see how this program flows. I'll enter into debug mode. Okay, just a little bit. Let's put this here. This should do it. Okay. So, we'll first create two file streams, an input file stream and an output file stream, of course, for the input-output files. Let's get back to this. And then we'll ask the user to pick the input-output files, and also we'll check if they are valid. First, we'll check for a valid input. So, we'll present the user with some options from which he can select the input text file. So we have here 4 options. Let's pick, just because it's a test, let's pick an invalid option. Should be an invalid option. Let's see what happens. So we see that we had no valid option. Let's try again, this time with maybe a valid one. Let's pick, I don't know, let's pick a default location, contacts.txt. This because I already have prepared a small file with some contacts on the current folder, so I can just use it. So I pick option 2. Okay, let's see if it is a valid option. Okay, seems like it is a valid choice. Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of cleaning. We'll just clear any flags from cin. After that, we'll consume any leftover characters, and then test to see if the indicated file can be opened and if it contains any data. So here we try to open the file. Okay, so seems like it was opened successfully. Then we'll check if it contains any data whatsoever. With this, we will simply check if the file has any character. Yeah? So if the file does not contain any character, this means that the file is empty and we cannot work with it. But if it does contain any character, it is an indicator that the file was worked on, and we will also try to use it. So this check right here returned false, which means that the file is not empty, yeah, and it is a valid choice. We'll then check for a valid output file. And a function again will present the user with some options. This time there are a little bit more options. Okay, so let's see. Because I have given the program an argument, contacts.text, I can test to see if the program is working well, doesn't have any bugs. So for the first time I'll try to pick, okay, maybe the second option. Wanted the first, but let's try the second. Let's see what it does. Okay, looks like only one argument was passed to the program. Okay, so it knows this. Then let's pick that argument. So let's choose option 1. Use the first argument. Okay, so we've chosen the first argument. Let's see what happens now. Seems like only one argument was passed to the program, which is used as the input file. Yeah, so the programs know this. Great. Okay, let's try again. So let's pick a default location, or better yet, input the complete path to file to test this. Okay, so let's pick option 4. Okay, enter the full path to file. You can write whatever. It will create a new file, of course, if the file does not exist. So let's pick, I don't know, formatted contacts.text in the same current folder. Okay, seems like it is a valid choice. We'll again do some cleaning, then test to see if our output file can be opened. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see this function. So it will try to open the file, return false or true, depending on if it could open it or not. Yeah. Because the file could be opened, we received true. So then we move forward with the program. We'll jump to the next stage, which is to process the data. So first we will create a new vector of person info, this being a small class with two variables, a string for the name of the contact and a vector of strings for the contact's phone numbers. So in this new vector we will read every contact from the input file with this new function. Let's see how this operates. Yeah. So we read line by line. We see the first line is Morgan with some numbers. Yeah. We will read this line by line and store them into people. Okay. After that, after we've read every line from the input file, we create two new vectors of person info, good contacts and bad contacts. This will help us to sort out the numbers, good or bad, and we will store the good and bad contacts in different classes, which then will be written into the output file. So let's see how we format the contacts. Yeah. So for every entry in the people vector, for every contact, yeah, we test to see if the numbers, the phone numbers, are valid or not. Because we saved them as we read them and we saved them as strings, we test to see if there are no spaces into the strings, and if they are, we'll erase them. Okay. We'll then check to see if our phone numbers contains only digits. Phone number should. Then we'll check if our phone numbers have exactly 10 characters, 10 digits, proper phone number format. And if all the checks above failed, that means we have a valid phone numbers, so we'll return true. Okay, so we do this for every phone number, and this will help us to separate them, to sort them into good phone numbers and bad phone numbers, good contacts and bad contacts. So after we sorted the people vector into good contacts and bad contacts, we just have to print and save the formatted contacts. Print on the terminal. Okay, so we first have let the user to input its own header for the file. Then we're gonna do a little bit more formatting. Yeah, these are just 40 dashes. And print good contacts into the output file. Yeah. Let's see how we do this. Okay, let's put this here. So we also send true. Yeah. We check here and we have true. Yeah, so good contact. Again, do a little bit of formatting in the header file. Write this short header. Then for every entry in the people vector, so for every contact, we just print it. Yeah, seems that oh, that was empty. So we print the name and then every phone numbers. Yeah, this is done separately. First for the good contacts, and after that for the bad contacts. Yeah, so this we do again a little bit more formatting. Yeah, this will look a little bit different in the output file. We'll get to that in a moment. So again, some dashes, and then we're gonna print the bad contacts. Yeah, after the same model. Yeah, we have bad contacts, formatted list of contacts with problems. This will be a small header, and again we'll print every entry in the people vector. So this is all done, and the program will now exit after, of course, a little bit of cleaning. So let's see our output text file created today. This contains a list of formatted contacts from contacts.txt. Yeah, we have it right here. Yeah, so these numbers all have 10 characters. We've also put these dots here as separators. These numbers here have more. Yeah, seems like they all have more than 10 characters. Of course, they could have less. So there you have it. This is my baby. As I've said, I'm quite pleased with it. Hope you guys are gonna like it maybe as well. If you wanna check it out, the sources are on my GitHub, and the links are posted into the video's description. Take care, guys. See you next time.